Okay.
When you're ready.
Hang on. My hair. Oh,
okay.
James is going to
Get
come
your
along now as
priorities
well.
right.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Right, so you might be wondering why we're here today in what looks like a big green grassy field. Well, my friends, this is something a little bit more than just a big green grassy field. Yes, we are at the heart and home of Fieldview Festival. Now, Fieldview is a grassroots boutique festival set in Wiltshire, and today we're going to be talking to one of the directors, James Cameron, who's going to tell us all about Fieldview, what we should expect from this year's festival, and why the hell you should buy a ticket. And as if by magic, we are now at the entrance to Fieldview Festival. This is James.
Hello.
Give us a bit of background information on Fieldview.
Well, we're in our 7th year, and it started off quite incidental really. It was just me and my brother, about 50 mates in the back garden, and then we had a couple of bands come and play one year, and then by about 2006 it was about 150 people. My dad's still flipping burgers, huge queues for the toilet. We ran out of toilet roll at about 4 p.m. So then Mum was like, you can do it again, but never again in our house. So you know, now 7 years on, we've got our own site, we've got sheds with paint scrawled all over them, and we're at 3,000 people. Yeah, you wonder how we got here. So it's all good.
So obviously Fieldview is pretty special to a lot of people. What makes that? What gives Fieldview its great ethos?
I think it's got quite a unique atmosphere really, because basically it's all a group of volunteers and family friends who put it on, so it's quite an innocent place to come and let your hair down for the weekend. Yeah, it's all about the music, about good food, about meeting new people, new friends, and yeah, essentially it's just a bit more of an intimate festival experience than you get at any other larger, bigger festival.
This is what's also known as Dreamland, or the entrance to Dreamland. James, can you tell us a bit about what makes Fieldview unique?
I've already mentioned about the charities, but yeah, over the last 7 years we've given 16,000 to different charities, some local, some international, and one of my priorities is we now own we've sponsored and supported 60 acres of Peruvian Amazon rainforest preserved from deforestation, which is quite cool to think that the people of Fieldview have, through their
absolutely
enjoyment, have helped preserve a bit of endangered rainforest. If you're spending money at a smaller festival, you get a lot more kind of feeling about where your money's going, and it's a lot more rewarding to attend personally, because you know, if you're spending at the bar, you're supporting local breweries. If you're spending money with the traders, you're supporting local source food, and you know, independent traders. It's just kind of all that money you're spending at this festival is helping bring kind of commerce and business to the countryside, which you know, needs as much kind of investment as possible.
Absolutely. We are at the place where all the action happens. This is where the main stage is going to be. James, what's happening at this year's festival?
I bought a flyer just to remind me. Every year we try and put on you know, all the best up and coming bands that we can find across the UK. So this year we're really pleased to have Bears Den, who are on Communion, play with Mumford and Sons at their O2 Arena shows in London. We've got Jacob Banks, the soul singer from Birmingham. We've got The Party Crazy, the other tribe from Bristol. We've got Hacktivist, who mix kind of political hip hop with like techie metal riffs. We've got 360, who are basically a Fieldview house band. Gentleman's Dub Club with a similar vein. Our big headliner for the Saturday is Delphic, who incredible live band. Yeah. And we've always been looking for a band to bring the electronic kind of housey.
There's just
it's just too
so
much.
many.
It's too much. I mean, I'm biased.
So for 70 quid a ticket, you're looking at an absolute bargain here.
We pretty much spent all the ticket money on bands.
Yeah.
We've invested.
Great work, great work. So, what are your favourite memories of Fieldview Festival?
There's been so many, they all kind of merge into one. Over here we had Ben Howard play a couple of years ago. It was great meeting him, sound lad and great music. We had Lucy Rose last year, who stage dived off of there. One I can remember really fondly is when my dad ordered a load of wood chip for the driveway, except for the company that brought the wood chip brought this really cheap crap with loads of glass and nails in it. And they dumped it on the driveway over there, and they had to spend 4 days raking out all the glass and nails. From the compost toilet experiment, picking up cigarette butts for a week, you know, the floods of last year. Dursley Male Choir played over here, and they're all gentlemen in their 60s, and they were very kind of hesitant about coming to a pop festival.
They went down Stop.
And they had a mosh pit, and
Yeah.
they were treated like kings, and they didn't want to leave afterwards. They walked around in their shirts and ties for about 3 hours afterwards,
Aw.
and everyone was high-fiving them and buying them drinks, and they loved it. And that's what Fieldview's about, really, just trying to bring different music together and different people together, and have a good time.
So, after 7 years, Fieldview is unfortunately coming to the end.
This is the last one this year, and I think it's kind of felt it's got bigger and bigger. We've always tried to put more and more time and energy into it, and it's kind of got to the point now where we can no longer kind of do it justice. And
Yeah.
it's kind of 7 years on. Time to call it a day. We've done really well, and it's
Yeah.
been an amazing experience and a great learning experience, and kind of really showed us and a lot of people around here what you can do with a good group of people, and and a bit of determination. We've come so far, and I think this year's going to be the first year that we're going to have everything completely solar powered and biofuel, chip fat generators, and that was one of the things I wanted to do when we first started out. So yeah, it really is an end of an era. It's going to be our last one, and it's going to be, I think, with the lineup we got this year, we can definitely give the residents of Little Summerford something to talk about for a few years to come.
Absolutely.
And our aim was, before we called it a day, to have our first Fieldview wedding. So if anyone out there wants to get married at a festival, please get in touch. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get married.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm quite ready for that.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us. Have you got any final words?
At this stage now, with the last one coming up, I just want to say thanks to everyone who's come, helped out, mucked in, to everyone who's put in lots of hours, and anyone who's ever bought a ticket and come drunk a pint here, because all that money they've invested has done some really positive things, and that's what we want to do. So yeah, it's a great space for a weekend to let your hair down. We've got loads of interesting charities and groups coming in to kind of talk about key things going on, campaigns, and we're working with some awesome charities this year, Cool Earth and Jamie's Farm, who are based over near Bath. And I'm talking really quickly, but basically it's the same as it's always been, but this year we're just going to ram it full as much stuff as possible.
Wicked. Well, we're really, really looking forward to it.
Thank you.
So get your tickets before it's sold out.
Making plans to leave it all behind. Making plans to leave it all behind. Making plans to leave it all behind.
So these guys have been here for a year. Guys, how was it? Wicked. It was really good. Really, really good.